find the value of the variable that makes the equation below true. So the goal in every equation is to get that x by itself on one side of the equal sign, which means that we want to get rid of that -4 that's by it, and we also want to get rid of that -13. Now, it's easier to get rid of the number that's being added or subtracted first. You don't have to, but to me it's easier. So I'm going to focus on getting rid of that -13 first. And I'm going to do that by doing the opposite, which is +13. But if I do it on the left side, I also have to do it on the right side of the equal sign. So on the left side, -13 plus 13 cancels out because it's equal to 0. And 0 minus 4x is just -4x. So that's going to go ahead and come down. My equal sign will come down, and then I'll add the right side of that equation to get me 14. All right, now I just have a one-step equation. I'm trying to get rid of that -4 so that the x can be by itself. So I ask myself, what is that -4 doing with the x? What operation? Well, since there's nothing in between them, I know that it's multiplication, and the opposite of multiplication is division. So I'm going to divide by -4 because -4 divided by -4 is 1. And then 1 times x is just x. So I've gotten x by itself. But of course, I have to do it on the other side as well. So I'm doing 14 divided by -4. And now there's a couple different ways that we can write this answer. Even though that negative sign is in the denominator, in math, just as a convention, we don't leave the negative in the denominator. So you can either write it kind of at the side, like in the middle of the fraction, or we can write it in the numerator, but it's -14 divided by 4. We want to simplify it because I see that a 2 can go into both of these, so it'd be nicer to write it as -7 over 2. So x is equal to -7 over 2, or if I want to write it as a mixed number, that's -3.5, or if I want to write it as a decimal, that is -3.5. So any of these versions of the value of x are correct for the solution.